Hello everyone and welcome back to the Marauders Guild, and today we're talking Star Wars Battlefront 2 again, and this time it is the focus of Geonosis. That's right, Geonosis has officially dropped as of today, November 28th, 2018. I've played a plenty on this map, probably 4 or 5 straight games, great amount of time on it, played with some friends, and it was absolutely amazing each time, garnered moment at the moment. And in this video, I'm going to be giving my first impressions of the DLC and telling you guys if it is something that you should take the time to get back into if you have fallen off the Battlefront 2 train. Now, to begin this video, I want to first say that if you haven't played Battlefront 2 in a while and your reason being so was maybe not enough Clone Wars content, well, guess what? This is the perfect foray into bringing good, consistent Clone Wars content into the game. Geonosis has been a terrific map to play on. It feels like it's ripped right out of the movies and maybe even a few episodes of Star Wars: The Clone Wars as well. I can see elements of both of those forms of media within this version of Geonosis, and I love it that I can compare it to the original Battlefront Geonosis, which in my case was the best map representation of this world. And keyword there was, because now the Battlefront 2 version, I think, has taken center stage. Now, for anybody who gets into this fresh, new, one of the most important things you should know is that the ATTE is now an accessible vehicle that is not on tracks like that of its predecessor, the AT-AT, within the base games of Battlefront 2, meaning you can freely move it, you can stop walking if you want to, you can switch positions to the siege cannon up top, which works very similar to that of the AAT droid tank. Now, I will admit, if you just get into an ATTE hoping that you're going to crush, you're going to dominate the battlefield, take a step back. There is a learning curve to figuring out how to correctly use this ATTE. One of the first things you want to do also is hold up on the D-pad and look at the abilities for the ATTE, because that is going to come in real handy, because you're going to need to know when you're going to want to use that ion shot and how you can use it. I feel like a lot of people don't know this. The only way you can use the ion shot is if, 1, you're close, and 2, if you're in siege mode. I know a lot of people, I've been noticing that the ATTEs, when they do get close, some people don't fire, and I think it's because they don't know how to quite use that ability. You can only use it once you're in siege mode. So let me get that out there first before anybody starts to complain or is having a bit of a learning curve moment, as I said, with the ATTE. But all in all, it's a really fun vehicle to be in. I've always waited to be in the pilot seat of an HD Star Wars game ATTE vehicle, and to finally have that within this game is awesome. Also, finally got my hands on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Wasn't long. It was probably like the last 2 kills of the game for me I got with Obi-Wan Kenobi, but it was fun to play as him. He moves a bit slower than some of the other heroes in the game. I think he's probably in between the speed of that of Yoda and maybe Rey and Luke. But he's not the fastest, but he does make up for it in defensive abilities. He can take a lot more damage than them, I've also noted as well. So, something to notice about Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's not a tank character by any means, but he certainly has defensive abilities. That is kind of the key to his character. So, if you're a defensive player when you play heroes, Obi-Wan is going to be the person for you. Now, overall, the entire map from Phase 1 to Phase 2 to Phase 3 is really fun. I could honestly say I've had some crazy moments occur. One of my favorite moments was in Phase 1 of Geonosis, when the clones captured their ATTE, but they didn't call in reinforcements. So eventually they got the ATTE that they had activated and walked it around the map. So there's this one section, I wish it could have gone longer. There's just this one section where clones are coming down this kind of cavern ravine area with an ATTE flanking them. It just looked so amazing, and I was so happy to see it, even though I was enjoying it. We won. I think that's probably why I was extremely happy too, but it was just a really awesome moment to see. Also, the dust storm elements of Geonosis have been absolutely amazing. It is something very stunning to be a part of, and to just see it so many times. It's really one of those things that when you get on the map, you kind of can't wait for it to happen. It's like, oh, it's coming. We're moving from phase 2 to phase 3. Here comes that dust storm. And phase 3 just literally turns into an all-out brawl as the clones are trying to escort those ATTEs into that final sector, and some really crazy moments can happen. And it's really awesome also because now we have Kenobi, we can get some fantasy matchups again. We have moments where you'll see Kenobi fighting Suit Vader. You see moments where you see the rematch between Kenobi and Maul, which I actually got to do as well. That was probably one of the things I got to do, was fight Maul as Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's so much cool moments that occur on Geonosis because of the look and the feel of the map. It is a huge thing. If you have fallen out of Battlefront 2 over the past, I suggest you get back on, try Geonosis, because it is an amazing map. But I want to hear from all of you because this is a discussion. If you have gotten on Geonosis for Battlefront 2, what were your first impressions? Did it keep pulling you back? Was it something you want to change? Something you want to add? I would like to know. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to press that like button and share with your friends to get them in on the conversation as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Marauders Guild for more content just like this. Until the next time, may the force of others be with you.